Hey everyone, and welcome to Phantom Curiosities. The series is back and strong with one of the creepiest characters ever. This is the series where we dive into the creepy, the weird, the odd, the haunted, the scary things that go bump in the night. And today we're going to talk about none other than Momo. One of the scariest things that has come across the internet not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago. This was all around even worldwide news. And let's dive into the story of Momo. Images of a demonic chicken lady are striking panic across the globe, with warnings of a dangerous suicide game that targets children on social media. But behind the hysteria linked to the so-called Momo challenge is an issue far more revealing. This urban legend is likely little more than a hoax, fueled by media reports and parents' fear about their kids' online activity. It's no wonder why the Momo challenge has been able to capture the fears of adults with a mythical force that persisted for months. The headlining image for this challenge is undeniably creepy, the stuff of nightmares for children and adults alike. It's as if someone combined Voldemort with a bug-eyed version of the girl from The Ring, and inexplicably decided to give her cleavage that transitions into oversized chicken legs. And the underlying challenge with its message supposedly encourages kids to commit violence of self-harm would be far more harrowing if there were any discernible evidence proving this is actually a problem. Experts say there is no indication that children are being driven to suicide since the story went viral. YouTube said previously it had no evidence of videos promoting this challenge, and it's since demonetized content featuring the signature Momo image that has cropped up since the hysteria bubbled into mainstream. YouTube sent out a tweet regarding the challenge that they've seen no evidence of videos promoting this Momo challenge on YouTube or videos encouraging self-harm of dangerous acts against their policies. The Momo challenge is hardly the first suspected craze to seize on the anxieties of adults. Just look past panic over supposedly dangerous teen trends that ended up being an overblown internet hoax. And as is the case for many spurs of viral panic, the Momo challenge has been elevated into a global phenomenon, not because of the stories shared by victims themselves, but by the worried parents trying to protect them. What is the Momo challenge? According to lore, the Momo challenge is a viral game shared on messaging services like WhatsApp that goads children into violence or maybe even harming themselves to suicide. Images of a devilish bird lady supposedly pop up with creepy messages and commands that are said to escalate to extreme violence and horror. Other iterations of the story claim to feature the terrifying image spliced into children's programs like Peppa Pig or video games like Fortnite and videos posted to YouTube. Even more news reports say the challenge has spread to Snapchat, but its reality is it's a viral hoax. The signature image of Momo, the possessed-looking chicken lady, predates pretty much every report of the supposed challenge and appears to have nothing to do with the viral sensation. It's actually a statue called Mother Bird, made by an artist, Kitsuki Asawa, who works with the Japanese special effects company Link Factory. Images of the statue from the gallery display first began circulating in early 2016. The challenge itself was likely cooked up on a creepypasta subreddit that catalogs horror urban legends. An image of this mother bird statue sculpture was uploaded on July 2018, and from there, the myth of Momo took hold. Panicked parents, social media, and local news reports largely drive the hysteria. Last year, news reports started cropping up in Latin America warning of a WhatsApp terror game, starting with the suspected suicide of a 12-year-old girl in Argentina. Police never confirmed a connection to the challenge, but then other reports of a suicide pact emerged out of Colombia, hitting at the border viral risk. Through that also remains unconfirmed. Again, months later, authorities in Mexico reported that children were being targeted and threatened by El Momo on Facebook. By September, stories of the challenge started capturing the attention of police and the press in the US, Momo made its comeback in 2019 after panic swept across the United Kingdom. Schools began issuing stern warnings to parents, police said. Some videos encouraged young children to take a knife to their own throat. Within a matter of days, it evolved into a wholesale craze in the US. An impassioned post from the Twitter user Wanda Maximoff took off with tens of thousands of retweets before the account was eventually suspended. "Warning, please read, this is real," the tweet read. "There's a thing called Momo that instructs kids to kill themselves." The attached screenshot of a Facebook post reads, "Inform everyone you can." Kim Kardashian elevated the story, asking her 129 million Instagram followers to pressure YouTube into taking down the supposedly harmful videos. A flurry of TV reports, along with both local and national news, began breathlessly advising parents to protect kids from a disturbing internet game. Lost in any coverage, however, were any examples of the original versions of the Momo challenge, including screenshots of threatening messages or confirmed videos. None of these were authentic, and they said that they were promoting violence. The Momo challenge is a little more than an urban legend, but the panic points to fears of myth turning into reality. It shouldn't be too surprising that the viral urban legend and likely hoax targeting kids would be able to sweep the globe. The internet can be a hellscape of unsavory experiences for anyone. Parents face the added challenge of wrestling with how to adequately protect their kids without being overbearing. Indeed, inappropriate content often does make it past automated platform security and monitors. Just look at YouTube's persistent struggle with combating children exploitation, online bullying, or extremist conspiracies. But the hysteria likely wouldn't have reached its current level of viral infamy had it not been for Slender Man. In the summer of 2014, two 12-year-olds lured a fellow 6th grader into the woods and stabbed her 19 times, allegedly, in hopes of conjuring a dark, mythical being known as Slender Man, which we've talked about on Phantom Curiosities before. The violent attack became a cultural touchstone, defining the power of internet culture and its ability to warp belief systems and reality. It's also used as a cautionary tale for parents around the globe. But more often than not, seemingly unconscious internet jokes and memes are being taken out of context or dubbed as dangerous trends regardless of whether they actually exist. It's been pointed out that there's a host so-called dead teens craze that have been circulated widely only to later be debunked. The Momo challenge has similar trappings as the Blue Whale challenge, which was another supposed online suicide game with a series of tasks spread out over 50 days. Never heard of this. Insane. The internet game was ultimately found to be bogus, along with several other waves of panic, like those that falsely suggest hordes of kids were eating Tide Pods or snorting condoms. None of those were the real problem, and neither is the Momo challenge. And that, my friends, is the story, the history behind the internet hoax known as the Momo challenge. That is actually originated from a Japanese sculptor that is this creepy tale that I think is amazing looking because I'm so into creepy. It reminds me of The Ring, Grudge Girls, and it also reminds me of like just good old horror movie characters that are always remembered. I kind of wish someone would take the Momo sculpture and put it into a horror movie, but I think this is a lesson of how the media can blow things up to bigger proportions than it is. We can't always trust every single news story, show, online media thing that we hear because they like to use us and our fear as some sort of clickbait title, and they make money off of our fear even on today's news. And I wish big platform people like Kim Kardashian and people that spread things like the Momo challenge would really research if it's authentic and real before they do that. People with millions of followers, because this involved or supposedly was about children, and it's pretty scary. we saw what happened with Slender Man and those children, and I'm so glad that Momo wasn't actually real, because it's definitely scary. It's something to learn a lesson from, this tale that happened to not be real. But that is today's episode of Phantom Curiosities. Subscribe for more videos like this on this channel. We also do beauty, makeup, chit chat, get ready with me's 2 days a week, every Monday and Friday, and I'll see you creators in the next video. Leave a comment down below on what you would like to see next on Phantom Curiosities, because if I pick your comment, it's a great idea to make a video for this series. I'll definitely shout you out. Thank you so much for watching. Sweet dreams. Hopefully you don't get too many nightmares. Bye!